What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from sneakerfollows.com, recapping the news. And before I jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, as for the highlights in this video, we got to talk about the $250 price tag for the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Bred. Now, there's a lot more that's not being said because I'm hearing two different price points, but I'm going to go over more on that later on in the video. As well, we have new photos of the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement, which looks like the elephant print has been corrected. Now, we got a lot more from Jordan Brand, also a strong lineup for Nike, including the return of the Stash Nike Air Force 1 Low. And now, let's get into the news. Really quick, I need to make a correction. So in my last video, I was calling these Equality. Now, I guess I just overlooked it and just thought that it was Equality because in the past we've seen pairs in this same exact theme feature Equality embroidered on the heels. Now, the actual word is Equity, and I'm not entirely sure if this is a mistake on Nike Basketball's part, and the model is the Nike LeBron Next Gen Amped. Don't want to get too far ahead before mentioning that, or it could be an entirely new theme. Now, here's an example of LeBron James wearing a mismatched Nike LeBron 15 known as Equality. As you can see, it comes in the same color theme, white and black. The embroidery in gold on the heel is exactly the same. It reads Equality. So that's really the reason why I just automatically assumed it was Equality, but I should have been a little bit better and I should have read it. But I'm really curious to know if this is Equity or Equality and Nike Basketball messed up, or if this is just a new thing. But I've been seeing this pair pop up to release on August 1st, and the retail price will be $170. Quick heads up on the Nike Air More Uptempo Olympic. Now, this shoe released early via Finish Line a couple weeks ago, and then it was pulled from the site. I did see a lot of comments stating that Finish Line actually did ship them. Now, if you missed out on the early release, there's still another chance to purchase. Now, the shoes were supposed to debut in August, however, they have been moved forward. So the new release date is July 26th, which will be tomorrow. Now, these will be available at a ton of retailers, Finish Line being one of them, DTLR, etc., etc. And the retail price will be $170. We have a new Nike Book 1 pack set to release. This pack is known as Sunrise and Sunset. So the first pair I'm going to go over is the Nike Book 1 Sunrise. Now, the inspiration for this shoe is the Sunrise in Arizona, and the official colorway is Beyond Pink, Pink Foam, Vivid Grape, and Celestial Gold. So as you could see, the pair features pink throughout, along with orange details on the heel. The outsole will have a translucent finish with a purple to gold gradient. We also have the signature Chapter 1 branding on the heels, as well as Booker's logo on the tongues. This pair will drop on October 10th, and the retail price will be $140. Now, the next pair is known as the Nike Book 1 Sunset, and overall it does have a Phoenix Suns vibe. Again, it's inspired by the Arizona sun, specifically the sunset, and the colorway is Court Purple, Total Orange, Taupe Gray, and Sundial. So this pair will feature purple across the upper with orange accents that land on the branding and on the inside of the tongue. The outsole will also have a translucent tint with yellow to orange to pink gradient. The Chapter 1 branding on the heel is embroidered in a shade of pink, and then we have a purple midsole to complete the look. Now, this pair will drop on November 15th, and the retail price will be $140. We have a first look at an upcoming Nocta Nike Hot Step 2. This pair is known as Eggplant. Now, the official colorway is Eggplant, Gunmetal, and University Gold. So, to go over the pair, it features Eggplant throughout, which is a shade of purple, while built with mesh and synthetic leather. Gunmetal appears on the swoosh logo and the mesh netting on the panels, as well as the heel tabs. We also have Nocta's signature branding on the tongues, and then a purple midsole. So for this pair, we don't have a set release date, but fall 2024 is when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $200. If you're a fan of this collaboration, which is by their skateboards on the Nike SB Dunk Low, we now have a release date. So initially they were set to debut on August 2nd, and that might be the case for skate shops. However, they just popped up on the Sneakers app. The shoes will feature a black, gorge green, and white color combination, and the release date for the SNKRS app is August 6th, and the retail price will be $135. I think it was in the last video, maybe it was the one before, but we received a first look at the Patta Nike Air Max 1 Chlorophyll. Now, it wasn't our best look. This pair was being worn, but you could see that the color blocking was on point. As well, you could see a packaging of the box, which has 20, which this release helps celebrate Patta's 20th anniversary. Now, at that time, people were wondering if it was going to be the same build or at least look like the same build. I mean, the materials might not be as good as it was when they first dropped back in 2009. Now, I did hear that people who saw the shoes in person said it's the same materials being used. And from this photo, we could see it is the same materials. So we only have the one photo, but I'm going to admit these are looking really nice. Hopefully these won't be super limited, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, as for a release date, the rumor is that they're going to debut in September sometime. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific date, and the retail price will be $160. Official photos just popped up of the Nike Kobe 4 Protro Gold Medal. However, there was a release date change, but it wasn't a big release date change. Initially, this pair was set to debut on August 5th. However, the new release date is August 6th. Now, these are popping up on release calendars for the 6th, although at the time of recording, they have yet to pop up on the SNKRS app, but they will be dropping on the SNKRS app as well. And for those that don't know, this pair originally released back in 2009. The retail price back then was $120. Now it's going to be $190. Crazy price difference, but the pair released in 2009 to celebrate the Redeem Team and Kobe Bryant being the team captain. And I should have these in hand soon to do a short in-hand review. But August 6th is the release date and the retail price is $190. So I was waiting to make this announcement in this video. However, the information leaked. But although it leaked, there was a big part of it that was left out. Now, for those that don't know, the Stash Nike Air Force 1 Low will return during the holiday season. However, it will not look like the 2006 pair. It will feature a different look. I was able to see the shoes, and I actually recorded this whole clip last night. And then shortly after that, I got sent a photo of what they're going to look like. So now I'm re-recording it, but that's fine. I'd rather be accurate than wait. And like I mentioned, the original pair was released in 2006. It was very limited. And the overall colorway was borrowed from the Air BW, which he collaborated on in 2002. Now, when the shoes did drop, they were available at Nord and Recon stores in New York and San Francisco, but now when they return, they're going to be more available. So, on the screen now, you will see the original pair, but what I'm about to show is what's releasing. So, as you can see, there are some differences. Overall, most of the same colors are used, but the official colorway on this pair is going to be soft gray, varsity royal, and harbor blue. So on the 2024 release, we have harbor blue across the base, the liner, the tongue, and the branding, as well as the rubber outsole. Now the darker shade of blue will cover the heel, fill in the swoosh logo, hits the tongue label, eye stays, laces, and the midsole. Now the gray around the toe box will be slightly darker. It's more of a gray hue, versus kind of like a brownish hue on the OG pair. So overall, the color blocking will be different. You can definitely see with these two images. And yes, this is a mock-up, but this is an accurate mock-up of what I was shown. Now, as for the release details, this pair will drop holiday 2024, which means the release will take place between October and December. And the retail price is expected to be $160. Now we're going to talk about the Stash Nike Air Max 95. So I was also able to see a first look at the shoes, and this is a mock-up, but this mock-up is based off of what I saw. And again, it's going to be different compared to the 2006 release. Now it's kind of funny because a lot of people ran with the narrative that the shoes were going to drop in 2025 for Air Max Day, and the reason for that was Stash posted on his Instagram account a pixelated photo of the Stash Air Max 95 on Air Max Day 2024. Now that had all the blogs and the pages running with the information, oh, they're going to release in 2025, but prior to that, it was already announced that they were going to debut during holiday 2024. Now, what all these websites and Instagram pages didn't go and look at was that Stash made a follow-up post saying, hey, I post this every Air Max day. This isn't saying that they're going to release in 2025, but they never made an update on it. So a lot of these pages still say 2025, but it's actually holiday 2024. Now, up until now, I've had the photo of the 2006 release up, but on the screen right now is what's dropping during holiday 2024. Again, this is a mock-up based off what I saw, and as you can see, there are some differences. Now, I don't have the official colorway for the shoes, but it appears that they use a similar color scheme as the Air Force One Low. Now, the biggest differences on this pair will be the ribbing on the sides and the upper. So instead of light blue on the upper, it'll be like this grayish hue. It could even be cell. The same shade will land on the tongue instead of black. The swoosh will also feature a light shade of blue, and other than that, everything else is pretty similar. In my opinion, I like the OG ones better, but I still think these are really nice, and I do plan on picking them up. Now, as for the release details, I don't have a specific release date, but holiday 2024 is when they're expected to drop. And currently, I don't know of the retail price. More than likely, at minimum, it's going to be $185, but I kind of have a feeling it's going to be more towards the $200 retail price tag. But we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts on this pair down in the comment section below. Starting off Jordan brand, we have a new colorway of the Air Jordan 39. This pair is known as Lumiere. Now, I've talked about this pair in previous videos. I think when I went over all of the upcoming Air Jordan 39 colorways, at least what we knew at the time, but official images did drop. So that's one reason why I wanted to show them, but we actually have two different release dates. So the shoes feature a black and white color theme, but the inspiration is the lights of Paris at night. So I guess the night sky in Paris is black and white. I've never been there, never even looked up photos of the sky. So I'm going to take Jordan Brand's word for it. And as for the release date, the first one is for July 27th, which I talked about in my July 2024 Air Jordan and Nike release dates video, and that's going to be at most retailers. However, there's another release which will take place on August 6th via Nike.com. Now, the retail price will be $200. So Nigel Sylvester just posted a video showcasing his upcoming Air Jordan 4 RM, and now they're being called Driveway Gray. Now, I'm going to post the video right now, let you guys listen to it, and then I'll be right back.
Right. So same box, same packaging details, but these are part 2 to Grandma's Driveway. Woo! And they're fire. So the gray nods to the cement that lines the driveway. We got the red mini swoosh, crazy. Red insole, woo. Bike air on the back, of course. And my favorite part, the red air bubble. Oh my God. These are coming out soon. Stay tuned for more details.
All right, so in the video, he doesn't officially call them Driveway Gray. However, in the caption, it reads, "Oh my God, the motion, Grandma's Driveway Part 2, dropping next month. I call this colorway Driveway Gray, nodding back to the cement at Grandma's crib. Bike Air." So personally, I like this pair better than the green. I think it looks better, but I was kind of hoping for a better story. Somebody commented saying call them Grandma's Couch. Even that would have been better, but I don't know. The first one had a great story. That was called Grandma's Driveway, and it was a nod to the green fence in her driveway, which is cool, but this one's just called Driveway Gray. I don't know. I felt like a better story could have been told about the shoes or even the inspiration, but they do look nice. This will be another pair that more than likely I won't be able to get, and I'm not going to pay resale. So this pair drops on August 7th, and the retail price will be $150. The other day, images leaked of the PSG Air Jordan 1 Low OG. This is a collaboration with Paris Saint-Germain and Jordan Brand on another Air Jordan 1 Low, and I gotta admit, these look pretty nice. Now, the official colorway is Cell, Off Noir, Infrared 2-3, and Pink Oxford. Now, what I like about the shoes is that it features a white to pink gradient across the toe box. Now, as for the rest of the look, it features cell leather on the base with off noir on the overlays and the swoosh. Now, the swoosh has a unique design if you look closely, and then infrared lands on the Paris branding located on the tongue labels and the wings logo on the heels. Other details includes a cell midsole and a black rubber outsole. I'm definitely a fan of these, and as for the release details, they are currently scheduled to drop on September 20th, and the retail price will be $150. Alright, so we have some more summer 2025 Air Jordan releases to go over. 3 in this video that are new, and the first one is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Stealth. Now, just a heads up, this is a mock-up. I'm not sure how it's actually going to look, but the color description on them is just stealth and stealth. So I'm going to take it that it's going to feature mostly gray throughout. Also, this will be a women's exclusive release at the time of recording. I don't know if they'll be available in extended women's sizing. Now, although I do believe that they'll be covered in mostly gray, I'm sure there's going to be some more details. At this time, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of the materials, but this is just a heads up on an upcoming release. Now, as for the release info, this pair will drop summer 2025, which means a release will take place between April and June, and the retail price will be $140. The next pair I'm going to talk about is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Washed Teal. This is also a women's exclusive release, and the image used is just a mock-up. We don't know how it's actually going to look, but the official colorway is Cell, Washed Teal, and Pale Ivory. So the shoes will have the larger swoosh that I've talked about in previous videos. They're going to be on quite a few Air Jordan 1 Low OGs. Actually, going forward during summer, even I believe maybe spring 2025, there's going to be a few releases to feature the bigger swoosh on the panels. And this is something that I assume it'll look like, with white on the base, washed teal on the swoosh heel, tongue branding, and the rubber outsole with Cell on the midsole. Now, if they do look like this, these are clean. These are nice, something simple. And again, summer 2025 is when they're expected to release, which means they'll be available between April and June, and the retail price will be $140. So for the last pair for summer 2025 is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Varsity Red. So I'm calling them Varsity Red for now because I don't know the color blocking. Now, the colorway is Varsity Red, black, and white. So these could look like anything, and I wanted to be careful with the mock-up because the color scheme is kind of like Chicago color blocking, at least colors that could reflect a Chicago release. Back in the day, people would have just posted that the Chicago Air Jordan 1 is releasing in women's sizing, but that isn't the case, not with this pair. So I had the mock-up look like this. More than likely, they're not going to look anything like this. Also, this is another women's exclusive release, and this pair will be part of the summer 2025 collection, which means a release will take place between April and June. Also, the retail price will be $180. So let me know, if Jordan Brand released them just like this, would you buy? New images of the 2024 Air Jordan 3 Black Cement popped up, and this is from an authentic retailer as well, known as Size. They're based out of the UK. Now, before I go any further, this is the grade school pair. So if something looks a little off to you, that's because it's in grade school sizing. But what I did notice about the shoes and what I'm more happy about is the elephant print. Now, overall, it's still lighter compared to the OG. However, it's much darker compared to the first set of images from JD Sports. Now, why were they a lot lighter? Honestly, I have no idea. It could be due to the lighting of the photo, but somebody suggested in the comment section of the previous video, got a sample pair of them and took pictures of. And that could be the case as well. I remember back in the day, Eastbay would get samples and they would post them on their website. I believe the Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray, the very first release, there were images of the sample version of the shoes instead of the retail. So that is a possibility. Now, what I will say with the grade school pair, overall it looks a lot better than the adult pair that we previously saw. Now, the elephant print overall, the overlay that's around the toe, it could be a little thinner. But again, this is a grade school pair, and I'm hoping that the images we saw of the adult pair was a sample and the elephant print will be lower. Also, compared to the fake images that were going around that people were claiming was a first look. Around the heel, you'll notice the elephant print, how it curves nicely. It's not at a point. The toe box still looks boxy, but again, this is a grade school pair. I'm really hoping that another retailer leaks some photos or gets their photos leaked of the adult size pairs so we could really see what's going on. But yeah, this makes me have a lot more hope for the shoes. Is it perfect? No, but at one point I was kind of upset about the elephant print because it was so light. It was lighter than any other version that we saw. This is looking good. Let me know your thoughts down below. And as for a release date, this pair is set to drop on November 23rd. They will be available in full family sizing. The retail price in men's is $220, grade school costs $150, preschool is priced at $90, and toddler sizes will cost $75. Alright, so a couple days ago, it was announced that the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Bred will retail for $250, which made a lot of people upset. It had a lot of people talking, and this part of the video, I'm going to give you more details on why it could be $250, but also details that have yet to be shared that are still speculation at this point. But there's a strong possibility that there's two versions releasing. Now, shout out to Brandon 1An. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced your name. I'm going to hit you up eventually and ask how you pronounce it. And Sneaker Market RO. Both of those people came together and they announced that the retail price would be $250. I talked to Brandon. It's legit. His info is good. He's always good. He's very connected as well. So there's never a doubt in my mind when he posts something that it's not legit. However, I did receive a message from my source. My source is very connected as well. He may or may not be associated with the brand, but he told me that the retail price that he's showing is roughly $215 USD. Regardless, that's $15 more than what we're used to, which is $200. Now, this isn't to say that Brandon's info is wrong because I 100% believe his info. But early on, when I announced this news, I said there may be some additional information that I can't share, but some stuff that I've been hearing. And I've heard this from several sources, that there's a possibility that two versions will release. Now, what will be the difference between the two versions? I have no idea. But that definitely would make sense of two price points, one at $250 and one at $215. Also, just to be 100% clear, there is a possibility that his system has not updated yet, so it's reflecting the original $215 retail price. But it is interesting that early on, I did hear that there's going to be two versions or the possibility of two versions, and now there's two different retail prices. Another thing that I heard that's not confirmed, and this is going to suck, is that this is going to be a quick strike. Now, this isn't confirmed because initially I heard that they're going to be a GR, a lot of pairs available. But then I was talking to a retailer who I'm close with, and they said, no, they're a quick strike. And that kind of puzzled me because it was always said these were going to be a GR. But that could also fall in line with the two different retail prices. Maybe the $250 one is going to be special packaging and stuff. That's going to be a quick strike. And then the one at $215 could be the GR. Now, again, none of this is confirmed. I want to be clear on that. But what is confirmed for now is the retail price of $250. Now, another thing that I heard is the retail price of $250, it'll be worth it. Do I know exactly what that entails? No, but what I'm hearing is people who are fans of the model, fans of the brand, won't mind paying that $250 price tag. Of course, we're going to have to see, and I'm going to let you guys be the judge, and I'll say my input once I officially know what is included in this $250 retail price. So I do know that the shoes are supposed to have some upgrades. For example, the height, the overall shape will be closer to the OG. I did hear that they will come with the OG box now, not the red and black box, and they will have improved comfort. Now, do those things signify a $250 retail price? No, not at all. $215? Maybe, but I think at that point, if you're still willing to pay $215, you just really want the shoes. It doesn't have to do with the comfort, the upgraded shape. You just want them, and that's fine because at $215, I'm still planning on buying. At $250, I want to wait and see what it comes with. And as for the release date, this pair is set to drop on February 14th. So let me know your thoughts on everything I stated to do with the retail price so far being confirmed at $250 versus two possible versions, one for $215 and one for $250, down in the comment section below. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Speaking of new videos, I have one more short dropping, which will be tomorrow. And then I'm going to drop another video on Monday. It'll be a longer video. There's something that I didn't include in this video. There's a reason why that I'm going to include in Monday's video. But for this video, let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to sneakerfiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.